Hello, and welcome to the AIM webinar series. Today's session is Pick by Light and Never Out of Stock, Turbocharge your inventory management in one solution. First, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping notes. AIM is the Industry Association for Automatic Identification and Data Capture Technologies. AIM serves as a hub for quality resources covering all types of barcode, RFID, and mobile computing information. We also foster new auto ID innovations that stimulate market growth. We encourage you to get involved. If you would like additional information, reach out to us at info@aimglobal.org. And then a few other notes are antitrust policy. It is the policy of AIM to conduct its operations in strict compliance with the antitrust laws. No AIM activity shall create even the appearance of a violation of the letter or spirit of the antitrust laws. A few other housekeeping notes. All participants are muted upon entering the webinar, but we still want you to participate. To send a question, select the Q&A icon at the bottom of the screen. We'll get to as many questions as possible at the end of the presentation. Also, a recording of the webinar will be available in the coming days to those that have registered. All right, and I will turn it over to you now, Yvonne.
Thank you, Bethany. Hello, everybody. So I'm very glad to welcome all of our participants at today's AM webinar. My name is Ivan Samishev, and I'm a Sales and Business Development Manager at Assign. And probably you know the title of our webinar today, but I would like to highlight some keywords from it. It's actually never out of stock. So this way we will talk about the problem of managing stock with small assets that could not be tagged by RFID labels or tags in warehouses or during the productional process, as well as how to try to solve this issue using the UHF RFID sensor technology. So let me briefly introduce our agenda for today. Next slide, please. So we will talk about the core of this solution. It's a UHF RFID strain sensor. We will discuss what kind of components of our solution consist of, and by the end of the presentation, we will demonstrate on the video how our solution actually is working. And of course, we will have some time for your answers, for your questions and answers, which you can ask in the chat of this platform, of this webinar. Next slide, please. So, and before we move forward, let me introduce our team, our speakers. We will be forced together today. A bit later, I will explain why we are participating with this set of players. But now I would like to give the floor to my colleagues for their brief introductions. So we can start with Peter. Peter, please.
Thank you very much, Ivan. My name is Peter Albrecht. Happy to be with you. Happy to be with this great team. Peter Albrecht from Tund. And Tund is RFID integrator. I will explain a little bit about what we do later on, also how we put it together, all components. And great to be here with Ivan, Sebastian, and Matthias together. Thank you very much. So as I said, we are RFID integrator from Germany. Happy to be with you today. Thanks. So I hand over to Sebastian.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. My name is Sebastian. I work at Tagias as a field application engineer, and we're the tag manufacturer of the flexible RFID inlay that is used in this solution. And also happy to join this webinar as a presenter. And with that, I would like to hand over to Matthias.
Thank you, Sebastian. My name is Matthias Schunk. I'm a key account manager at Rocco, Germany, and we are the producer of the storage systems. I'm 45 years old, and I'm a certified industrial mechanic and salesman, and I've worked for Rocco since 2013. In between, I had 3 years experience in software sales. So thank you, and back to Ivan.
Thank you, Matthias. So, and let me also to thank the organizer of this event, our company, our partner, the company AIM, for the opportunity to bring us all together today. Okay, so we can go on. Please, next slide. A few words about Assign. So our team is one of the innovative companies in the design and manufacturing of different sensors. Actually, the sensors which is embedded inside of the integrated circuits. And today we will focus on the IC family, which were designed for using in the UHF range of RFID technology, exactly. So our sensor chip operates according to the RAIN standard. So it's fully compliant with the EPC Generation 2 protocol. And this is their behavior and operation are not different from the normal UHF RFID IC, so such as NXP or Impinj. So that means you don't need to change anything with your infrastructure, with your reader side. You don't need to update your firmware. You still can use your infrastructure as is. But only the difference that's on top of the EPC number, when you do the inventory round, you will get 2 additional bits, 2 additional data. It will be temperature sensor data by default, and the second data will be different depending on which type of the IC you are using. And for today, we have 4 chips for different sensors, for different chips. It's a temperature itself, temperature plus strain, that we will talk about more today. Temperature plus light and temperature plus humidity. And as I said, we will focus on the strain sensor. Since this chip that our partner, Tageos, for example, using for the production of the component like a RFID label or RFID tag for the next stage of building of the solution itself. Okay, so next slide. And I give the floor to my colleague Sebastian to represent Tageos and their product portfolio to be able to integrate and to organize this solution. So please, Sebastian.
Yeah, thank you, Ivan. Yeah, first slide for me today. Let me give you a brief introduction about Tageos in case you haven't heard about us. Our core competence is the manufacturing and design of flexible RFID inlays in both UHF and HF NFC. And we do all the design work and the prototyping in-house, which is one of our huge benefits because we can have very short development times related or in comparison to our competition. We have a dedicated market strategy which relies on a strong relationship to converters, label manufacturers, system integrators, service bureaus, and solution providers like, for example, Tund. And we don't sell to the end customers ourselves. And this enables us to focus on our core competence, which is the inlay manufacturing. We have a wide product range for various use cases, including the sensor inlay that is showcased today in Tund solution in this webinar. Our company is ISO 9001 and also ORC quality certified. And the ORC quality certification is kind of, dedicated requirements for the RFID industry, for tag manufacturers. And it is mandatory to have your inlays ORC certified for several specs, like for example, for specific use cases in the retail industry, like for example for Walmart. We have a strong focus on innovation and sustainability, and that's why we also recently extended our R&D department, and we are going to open our new innovation center in Hallbergnuss, close to Munich soon, which will be focusing on specialized product, like for example the sensor inlays. And yeah, as part of our ARC requirements and quality, all of our inlays are also tested throughout the manufacturing process. And the testing we do in-house does involve threshold tests. So it is not just a simple go, no-go test, but it's kind of a performance test. And it ensures that you have a good homogeneous performance across the whole production lot and between the production lots. So again, throughout the whole inlay itself. Currently, we have 3 production sites in the US, France, and China. And with the 3 of them, we have an annual capacity of 9 billion inlays, numbers growing as we're still upgrading our machine park. Next slide, please. So today's standard portfolio, I have to pronounce the standard here, for the sensor inlays is including 2 inlays, which are the EOS 840 and the EOS 890. And they're both available with the AS3213S and T ICs. As Ivan already mentioned, the AS3213S IC is able to measure strain and temperature, and the T version is only capable of measuring temperatures. They're available in 70 by 25 millimeters and 94 by 24 millimeters, but the form factor itself is not what is the most important in case of selection of the right inlay for your use case. The tuning of the inlay is the more important part, and the EOS 840 is more tuned towards low dielectric materials, like for example cardstock, and the EOS 890 is more tuned to materials with high dielectricity constant, and that would be, for example, PTFE or PU. However, it is always possible to customize such sensor inlays according to the customer's specific needs, like we have also done together with Assign in the past. And we are also able to mount other chips from Assign's portfolio. It just so happens that the strain and temperature are the ones that are used in our standard products, as those are the most frequently requested features. And with that, I would like to go to the next slide and hand over to Peter.
Thank you very much, Sebastian. Because before I'm going to next slides, I just want to ask audience, raise your questions. Raise your questions if you have any questions. So we have now introduction of Assign, our partner for chip manufacturing, and now Tageos. Thanks, Sebastian. Thanks, Ivan. And now I'm going to my main part, to putting all those components together. What made the whole solution, right? And if you have any questions and you see about customization, if you have any questions regarding chip itself, regarding transponder itself, just raise your question in the chat and we will be happy to answer it. So on the next slides, we put all those components together. We took additional component, which will be now introduced later on by Matthias from RACO, right? It is intelligent storage system, high quality system. I name it a high quality system, and we gave it a little bit more intelligence with RFID. I'm very happy and I love RFID solutions related to sensors and LEDs. With LEDs, we made it pick by light, right? So by light, we can identify our boxes, and a storage system can be so intelligent. So we identify the right box by light. And if we put parts into it, we can also make a monitoring, right? See parts, and it is very easy to make your own prototype or your own solution based on just foam pads. I'm showing you a little bit on the webcam if you would like to make it bigger or see it. It is very easy to build such solution just based on foam pads. You place it in your box with a sign and Tageos transponder. A sign is embedded sensor into it. So, and it is very easy to build this kind of solutions. You have immediately ready to go intelligent box, free transponder embedded. Two of them LED transponders. One is green to identify full state and identify the box itself. And behind it, it's a red, making possible to make alerting. If you run near empty, it could be alerting and it could be something what you make visible for replenishment reason, for example, fulfill this box. So many things can be automated, many things can happen if we make this possible, this data ingestion capabilities. So this box from Raco is actually IoT device. This is IoT device giving us all those capabilities to make something automated without any manual work, reducing stock out issues, and making supply chain more easier and visibility and increase visibility of parts usage, etc., etc. So, and I give you just a second to realize all those components. It is later on easy, but like Sebastian said, right? So tests, very important. Tuning, very important. Customization, very important. Partnership, very important. So all those components, they need to be adjusted to each other to understand each other. So you need to integrate all those components together to understand environmental issues, to understand technology, how it works. And our work together with our team to give this knowledge to our customers, to our partners that this technology will be not a rocket science anymore, right? It is easy to understand, easy to work with it. And you see then if data will be captured and data ingestion happens and everything works fine, you see that the backend system can analyze it. Whether it is a Python script, whether it is a high sophisticated solutions on your IoT platform, you can make it happen. If something is full, and if you use your parts, the replenishment happens. So as soon as you will go down with near empty state, something happens and immediately action will be possible, whether it is email or immediately order will be out of your system. It could be really automated. And it is not a scaler itself to understand whether it is a 200 or 300 gram. It is analysis and making prediction analytics possible, right? So that's what you see on this graph. Later on the last stage, we will show you on the video, right? Please have a look and understand it later on the video, and you raise your questions, ask your questions. It could be very easy before, of course, you test it and understand it, but it can be easy if you understand technology itself, and having the right partner on the board is essential in this case. So that was my last slide. I will give now Matthias. This is our last but not least part of this story, because of course, physical systems, they need to be, as I said, high quality products. And happy Having you, Matthias, here on board, I hand over to you and click to the next slide.
Thank you very much, Peter. So I want to tell you something about Rocco, who we are. Rocco was founded 68 years ago by two gentlemen called Roscoe and Dumberg. Mr. Roscoe is the name giver of Rocco. Roscoe & Co. is Rocco. And today we are a family-owned business by the Dumberg family. Our headquarter, production and logistics is completely in Denmark. We have a production plant with around 25,000 square meters, a warehouse for items with around 10,000 square meters, and about 130 employees. We produce around 4.3 million sales units per year, which is really a lot because most parts are more than one component. So we are specialists in the production of small part sorting solutions. Our portfolio includes both mobile solutions as well as stationary solutions. So we produce, for example, sorting boxes, as you can see down below, sorting cases, shelving systems, also mobile for the case solutions, cabinets, and small part shelvings. Next slide, please. The CarryLight LMS, which stands for Location Management System, is a pretty good example for what we do. We have a really high quality, and this is really important to us. So this one we developed in cooperation with Airbus. It is used in many maintenance companies, but above all on the assembly lines of Airbus. We got click inserts to prevent them to being displaced. We have a double lid for easy and quick labeling of the contents. It is RFID ready to be able to track batches and to know which batch was installed in which aircraft by which employee. So this type of products close the circle between the normal and the digital world. So thank you very much. And with that, I give the word back to Ivan. Thank you.
Thanks. Ivan, if you allow me to give a comments to this slide, because
yes, Peter, yes, please.
Come a little bit experience in my mind, because those toolkits, they are undestroyable, to be honest. Very, very robust. I was really, I saw how Matthias can spring on this and don't destroy it. This toolkit is absolutely amazing with high quality. And on this stage, on this ID marker for easy categorization, we can place LED tag, right? So it will be also identifiable and visible with RFID tag as well. So there are a couple of capabilities providing by all kind of RFID technologies, right? To identify the place where this toolkit is. And also to understand that is exactly my toolkit, because it could be plenty of them, like in background from Matthias, right? In your picture now. So that could be plenty of things. And I saw many industrial customers where I visited them. I saw a lot of things, right? If you have a distribution center, and yes, you have a lot of things, and especially for C-part management, it could be interesting solution. And now, Ivan, I will give you to the next slide, and I think it will be video, right? Presentation.
Yes. I think we are coming to the one of the most interesting part of our presentation. So, but before we start the video, I just want to be aligned why we are together today. So, like 4 companies. It's because, of course, Assign, we are at the beginning, and we are manufacturing the IC, which is a core of this solution. But for its complete assembly, of course, we need to go with our partners like Tund, Rako, Tageos, and so starting with tag manufacturer by Tageos, then the tag solution fall into the hands of designers and solution providers like Tund and Rako. So this way, we are creating the ecosystem around the solution itself. So we are providing together this product to the end customer, going this way. And let's start the demo video.
I think I
Please,
have to
Bethany.
stop share, right, Betty?
Yep.
And you can start with the video presentation.
So we can comment, Peter, with you together, if you
Yeah,
wish.
well, I hope it will be now visible on your screen. Do you, everybody see this video, right, where we have empty
Yes, I
box?
think so.
And we will provide you later on this video as well. So if it is something not synchron with our voices, just take a look later on. We will provide video, and we can provide participants also recording session. We can provide also our slides, so you can look at this afterwards. But and on this video, we just introduce really empty box and how it will be filled and immediately visible in backend system. So you see on the graph, immediately goes up because it is full, right? And if it is full, it just, you can identify it by green light. And after your usage happens, right? You're using parts, screws or C parts,
Different
it
things,
goes
yeah.
down, yeah, different things. And if it goes down, you can identify it by system. You can work with backend scripts, with doing some anomaly detections, right, to clean your data. But you got some data ingestion and understand what happens with this passive technology. It is amazing how it works. So you don't need any battery, nothing. So it works. It works reliable. So if you put it out and you make your replenishment, you feel again with full, and you see on this graph full feeling, and it goes up. So immediately everything clear, everything fine again, right?
Yeah.
So and it will be possible really to make it automation, to understand, so to make stock management, to make your inventory more easy, and provide some real or near real time monitoring for you, making accurate prediction for your stock. So never out of stock. It's a great concept. Doing together with a pick by light, you're picking only what you need. You take really this solution with the right partners on the board, and it will be a very interesting experience. So we will be more as happy to discuss with you this kind of solution. And also, if you have any questions to particular parts of this team and story, because it is together, right? So we come together. Please go ahead, ask us, Tund, Tageos, Rako, or Assign, and we will be happy to answer. Raise your questions. We will now go to Q&A session, right? Or Ivan, what is the plan?
Yes, correct. Yeah. Yes, I think we are done with our presentation, so we can jump into the Q&A.
Okay. Good.
So Bethany, maybe.
Any questions in the chat, Bethany? Can you check, please? Whether we can answer any questions. So just raise your questions if you have any. We will save a little bit time today. As I see, it was also planned. I don't think it is good to overuse our time.
Yes.
Everybody is busy. So we will be sooner ready with, and if there are no questions, we will go. But I think there is something there, right, Bettina? Or any questions you can?
Is this solution for small parts only, or can this be used for large parts too?
Mhm.
Uh,
Good question.
of course, yeah, it depends. Actually, it depends on the calibration of the system itself, because usually the big parts is already target. We can target and we can know if it's present on the shelf or not. But for the small assets, which it's difficult to tag, so that's why we are designing this solution for the small assets.
Yeah, we need
Mainly.
also to be more specific, right, Ivan? What means big part? It's a big part. It's different kind of big, and also weight, wide. They are particular dimension of big itself, or it is very heavy, right? So if we speak about weight, so it is we can go to 3-4 kilograms. So that just roughly to say, right, Ivan?
Yeah. Normally, yes, but it could be, as I said, it could be recalibrated and we can measure up to even several 100 kilograms. So it depends, actually, it depends on the constructional of the solution. So we can change the design. We have such experience how to manage with this. And we can provide different design of the tags with Tageos. And go in this way, we can adjust this system to be able to measure the different weight or different size of the objects. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Ivan.
So the next question that we have here is, what is the typical weight resolution of the sensor, and what weight of single unit part can it identify?
Yeah, that's from our experiences. So we did test now with approximately 1 kilogram, so 1,000 grams, right? And
For this
putting
prototype, yeah.
1 kilograms, and I spoke before about 3 kilogram. It means about we need to speak about design itself. So it is possible to working together with Assign to create some 3D models based on maybe PCB tag. It doesn't have to be always a small transponder. It could be designed with two. We have already prototypes where we can provide a wide scalar with a 4 kilograms. I tested it is very precise measurement, but I would not go to measure. So I would say plus minus 15 grams. So Ivan, just correct myself if I.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But
yeah.
This system, it's not actually, I would not be focused on the weight itself, because we are not designing the weight, the scale.
Weight scale,
yeah. So we are designing something different, I would say. It's close to smart scale.
Yeah, it's quite important to understand what we wanted to have a prediction, right? We have analytics. So, and if something happens, for example, if you make a pressure on this sensor, or in between the sensor will be empty or not empty, right? So there are some influences on reading itself, and also it could not be every time reading exactly what you need. So that's what you need in backend, then cleaning actions, right? To make an anomaly detection, to clean your data, and make data analysis, to make predictive analytics, right? So that's what we are target here about, and what is it about? Not making how it is, how heavy or wide itself. Yeah, right. Okay.
All right, and then another question that we have here is, what are the operating conditions for the sensor inlays?
That one I would like to take, So the Assign IC itself is capable of measuring minus 40 degrees Celsius to plus 125 degrees Celsius, which would be minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit and plus 257 degrees Fahrenheit. But regarding the inlay itself, as long as we have a standard inlay on a PET-based antenna set substrate, we also have to consider the constraints of the substrate material, and with that, I would go with -40 degrees Celsius to +85 degrees Celsius. Whenever you need a wider spectrum of temperature sensing, we would then need to adjust to a different antenna substrate, but that's completely possible. For example, by using polyimide, because if you go over those 85 degrees, you will get some different shrinkage values between PET, IC, and the adhesive that is attaching the IC to the antenna, which is called ACP. And that could then, with the higher temperatures, cause function of the tag up until delamination of the IC, and therefore you would have to go to those high temperature materials to make sure that the tag stays functionally on the higher temperature ranges.
Okay, and then another question we have is, how can I organize a more detailed demonstration for the end customer?
Yeah, I
So
think we can do it
yeah.
also here with Matthias and Ivan and Sebastian together as a team, right? So if you request really demonstration, whether it will be in place or remotely.
Yeah, online
Just,
or offline.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and we have all support from all parties here, Matthias, Ivan, Sebastian. So we have capabilities to provide you demonstration to see it live. So we have actually also a live demonstration as well. Just let us know. Yeah, right, Ivan?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Matthias
Depending on,
as well, right?
yeah, depending on the place and the project, of course. So yeah.
Yeah, we are based, Matthias, Sebastian, and me based in Germany. Ivan is in France.
In France, yeah.
So we are here in Europe. So it will be a little bit more difficult if you are from the US or Asia, right? So from
Assign has also an office, a representative office in US, so we can organize it itself. It's not
so
a
let us
big
know,
deal. Yeah.
then we will surround the globe. We will go surround the globe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, and then another question we have here is, how reliably does the solution work in a harsh environment?
Yeah, that will be exactly the topic where Sebastian told us about tests, right? So there are two elements what are difficult to RFID: water and metal. Both components making some problems or issues, or did in the past, because I don't see much problem, because we have now very good chips, very good transponders, and Sebastian know already, right? And when we can work with it with circumstances or environmental conditions, we need to understand where it is, what is it, and all those components are necessary to test in test phase and proof of concept. That's why we always asking customer before we go and make rollout or big picture draft, big picture and big solutions, test it in a small environment, understand circumstances, understand what should be captured, how and where, and in the most cases now, technology is very good. It is not like in old times, it was water or metal, no way. There are some difficulties stay with us. So physics, we cannot break it, but
Peter, you know, actually,
yeah.
we are with Tageos are working on some of application when we have a lot of metals, so we can design the on metal tags, and also we can design the tags which could also work with a water presence somewhere. So
yeah,
of course not to be covered by water, of course, but with such kind of environment.
We have with one customer, peak by light solution, where a lot of metal is helpful because of reflections, right? So you have very good electromagnetic waves in the area where you need it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then the last question that we have here, can the sensor for weight control be fitted in any container size?
It's for Matthias, I guess.
For me, I don't know if the sensors all fit into the in all our containers. So because we got many of them, so
yeah, we need to be more specific here, right, Matthias? Just
yes, absolutely.
Give us a message. Please send us a message via email. So I don't know. Yeah, I think afterwards we will provide presentation with all our contact details.
Yes.
Come to us, back to us, and we will discuss more specific.
We will
specific
share
needs. Yeah.
Yeah, we will share the video. We will share the presentation of today's webinar. I think AIM will help us with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after the webinar, we will be sending out a message to everyone that has registered with a link to the video, and it will be posted on YouTube for everyone to see as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, and then that's the end of our Q&A session. We have all of the contact information for our speakers on the screen today. And if you want to reach out to any of the speakers, you can via the information on the screen. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you very much to having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good rest of the day.
Have a good day.
Have a good
and
day,
all the best.
everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.